Hey, folks. First of all, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Everybody watching this has worked amazingly hard for a long time, in many cases, many years, on trying to fix the country and on. Excuse me for a second while I stop everyone in the world from talking to me while we're doing this. Okay, sorry, apologize. We've all done a lot of work over quite a number of years now. We made it through the election. Thank God we got the result we wanted. I know everybody has needed some downtime in the aftermath. I managed to get away for a little while and catch my breath a bit. And now it's time to focus on Thanksgiving, giving thanks particularly this year for everything that we have uh, and for the good news that we have received. A couple of miscellaneous things. First of all, we typically put out a newsletter every month for the Pennsylvania Patriot Coalition. It goes out to group leaders. By the way, if you're a member of a group in the coalition and you're not seeing that newsletter, you need to grab a hold of your group leader and find out why it's not being distributed, because that's the entire purpose of the newsletter, is to make it easier for the coalition to send information to individuals. In any event, we typically put that out every month. We are not doing one for the month of November, kind of hitting the pause button, taking a break. We will get back at it in December. We also typically have a group leaders meeting every month on Zoom. We did not do that this month either, again, because folks were completely consumed with the election, as they rightly should have been. That will resume in December as well. I wanted, as in terms of substance, to hit this note, and then after Thanksgiving and into next year, we will return to this with renewed focus and vigor. Getting Donald Trump into the White House, which everybody watching this contributed to mightily, is an important win. You know, we won a very big battle. We dodged a bullet in terms of God forbid Kamala Harris being elected. There are all sorts of reasons to feel very positive about the future because of the fact that Trump is going to the White House. It is not the end of the war. It is a battle. And when we've taken some time to kick back and celebrate and rest and enjoy Thanksgiving and make it through the Christmas season, we really need to recenter and refocus. So to bring this down to Pennsylvania's specific matters, we got all kinds of politicians on the Republican side all across the state who were very happy to stand on stage with Donald Trump when he was in town and put on a MAGA hat and say, drain the swamp over and over, and talk about the deep state and how it has to go. And we know that a very large number of those individuals, as fast as Donald Trump got on his plane and left town, took off their MAGA hats and went right back to business as usual. You make a long list of the key issues that people in this coalition are focused on, the things they really care about: schools and this crazy transgender ideology and the Frankenstein surgery performed on kids, or actually really fundamentally fixing our elections. We could go on down this list for a very long time. And the Republican establishment in this state is nowhere to be seen. They are not doing anything to undo the damage that they did to election integrity. They're not doing anything to fight the mad radical leftist ideology being infused into our children. They're not fighting across the board for us. And you guys have heard me say this many times, but look, this movement started in Pennsylvania with the idea that if we made enough noise, whoever they is, in Harrisburg or on county committees or county commissioners, would do the right thing. I don't mean that we sat down and intellectually thought it through that way. We just sort of reflexively thought, surely if we tell them that we're really, really upset about this, they will do the right thing. Okay, so that was a fallacy from the beginning. It is not true, has proven to be untrue. The establishment is not listening to you. And nor is the establishment going quietly into the night. All over the state, they are fighting like hell to prevent Patriot candidates, America First candidates, from being elected at every level. So this is where we are as a movement, in my opinion. We have a lot of work that remains undone in Pennsylvania. We have to fundamentally transform the Republican Party, and we have to replace a whole bunch of Republican office holders in the state House, the state Senate, and at the county level. And we have to get a whole bunch of people onto the county committees. We can't continue to stand out in the street with signs asking the same people to do the right thing. They have demonstrated they're not going to. In fact, they are going to fight tooth and nail against you. So the answer is stop asking the same people. Replace those people at the county level. New county commissioners, new county committee members, new state reps, and new state senators. And that comes down to real brass tacks, like everything else in life. You want to replace your state rep. Well, you need to be moving now or right after Christmas to find the guy or the gal that's going to run against him. And you got to do your opposition research and figure out what the issues are you're going to run on. And then you got to build a campaign organization, campaign managers, volunteer coordinators, brass tacks. This is nuts and bolts. You got to build a machine. A candidate is not a campaign. And then you got to raise money. And then whoever your candidate is has to basically put their entire life on hold for the duration and effectively be running in one way or the other, at least building the machine, 18 months out in advance of the election. And that needs to be happening all over this state, because that's the next battleground. You got Donald Trump in Washington. Now we have to transform the Republican Party in Pennsylvania, because right now you do not have somebody fighting for you. Think about all that. First, go eat a whole bunch of turkey and ham and fall asleep watching the football game. At least the Lions are good this year, so you won't be watching a dismal game. And then sometime, as we get through the holidays, begin to focus on this. But let's get down to brass tacks. We won a battle. Now it's time to win the war.